Hey, what's up, guys? We got some menacing music here, and Black Death Bladesman. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. This is another wonderful sculpt from M3DM's beautiful library, and I do apologize. This is a long one, so I caught the speed by boosting up the speed a little bit, so to make it a little bit more bearable. Otherwise, it was going to be about 32 minutes. If you're interested in seeing the full, slowed down 32-minute version of this, and you all know I work pretty fast anyway, so this is like light speed. Let me know. I'll make a longer video version of it if you want. I just didn't want to post a 32-minute video. Now, again, this is another one that needs to be treated like a base, and this is the third of the support demos we're doing this week for M3DM's featured catalog stuff that we're going over. And these supports that we're doing are experimental. They're tests. We're trying to see what works best for these particular minis. And so far we're having great success with all the supporting techniques and styles we're using for these. So everything we're showing you has been tested and is functional. So if you do decide to use similar techniques or copy the technique or even try to emulate it in any way, this was a successful technique that we were able to use. And of course, as always, I'll put my particular settings in the description of the video so you can see what my support settings are for each type of support that I use throughout the process. So even though this is sped up, I will give you a bit more explanation in the description, so do feel free to check that out, and let me know what you think in the comments, as always. Now, this one, as you can see by the number of islands, is a prime example of one of those sculpts that is really pretty, but my goodness, is just an absolute nightmare when it comes to islands. The islands on this particular model are everywhere. There are a ton of them, and a lot of them are in some pretty important areas. The feathered spots on the top of the character are all island zones. In some cases, I actually feel like printing these guys upside down is beneficial, but this one's okay. I'm going to be able to print him this way. It's a bit of a process, but he's doable. It's really the most important part is getting this base contact on the bottom as structured as possible to make sure that he is going to make a good contact point with the base, the build plate, and that's really the focus. That's always my focus. The major point of failure is always going to be some of your initial contact points. So if your initial contact points are weak or you don't have that many, that you're asking for failure, or you're possibly going, well, you know, all right, this might fail maybe. So you do have to be careful about what needs to be over supported, what needs to be under supported. This, you know, the big sword, for example, doesn't need as much supporting. It's attached to the body at the top, but it itself almost acts like a support column, so it should build quite well in itself with the one support at the tip and then some of the other pieces up as you build up. The feathers are the biggest islanding issue on this particular character, but again, it's doable. It's going to require a bunch of little tiny supports that you're either going to have to scrape off or file off, I guess, on the final piece. And there are a couple other ways you can counter this. You can be really particular about how you do your print orientation. Like I said, there is perhaps the idea of printing him upside down. I could experiment with that actually and see if that works any better. I'll get back to you guys on that one. Also, don't forget, folks, we are still looking for subs, and it will really help the channel. We appreciate it. All the support you can give us is always loved and appreciated. In fact, like I have said in the previous videos, we're still offering our Halloween giveaway promotion, where if you sub and leave a comment in our videos, you will be entered to randomly be drawn into a giveaway. Yeah, that's right, we're giving away stuff, because why not? The holidays are coming up. We love Halloween. Figured it was a cool month to give away some treats instead of tricks. And if you want some more details, I will put all the info in the description of the video in case you missed all the initial videos where we discussed the giveaway. Okay, and as we wind down the island stuff on this guy, which is a ton, we need to make sure contact points are good, and we need to make sure that there are no outstanding parts that really just need to be over supported or balanced a little bit. So I'm going to go around the model and just kind of look for every part of this that might need some adjustment. Probably add some bracing points and some other mini supports as well, like around the head, and adjust those to try and not go through the model as much as possible. Also, if anybody is interested, we are still offering the free shipping option on our website as well as Etsy till the end of October. And I am planning on extending that offer through the new year, more than likely. So take advantage of that option. That saves you quite a bit of bucks on the purchase. You don't have to pay for that shipping charge. We eat that shipping charge for you, and you get your stuff shipped for free. Sounds pretty cool to me. Anyway, take advantage of it. Use the code TRICK or MINI on our Etsy store, or mention the code TRICK or MINI when you place your order on our website. Alright, I'm going to do some little fine-tooth combing searching here as we kind of try to look for any additional spots that might need some contact supporting help. And this is where you're going to find some of these little floating pixels, and these are islands that the system did not catch. So what we can do is we can bridge off some mini supports, connect them to the bigger supports, and create some anchor points there that will help this print fine off the bottom. And usually that's enough. The initial point being the anchor, and the secondary point being the mini support is usually enough to keep that little pixel from flying off and not printing properly. You just have to make sure you catch them, because that's the issue, is that these don't always get caught, and then we assume we got the islands because the program's saying, yeah, you're good, you got the islands, but in reality there are still some points that are going to create floating bits of plastic in your vat, and then that can lead to failures if that becomes too much of an issue during one particular print. And then of course that's going to become an issue the next time you do a print out of that vat. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to be very careful about that, but again, you know, island supporting is one of the more technical aspects, and it is important that the islands are taken care of, because islanding can lead to complete failure. It can lead to partial failures too, which are even more annoying, especially when you think the model has completely printed properly and it still did not. So yeah, it's frustrating. to say the least. And I did forget to actually place a raft, but I will go back and place one. Now again, this guy is being placed on the grouping with the other two that we did the demos on. So all three of them are going to be placed side by side. And there we go, I'll put the raft on. And then I'll get them placed with the other ones on the plate. So we get that complete print look. Put the heaviest one in the middle. Balance them out a little bit, and then we'll do the final export on that. Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. Again, if you want more videos like this, hit that like, sub, and comment, and I'll see you all again soon.